Ellie from the Dark Imp here, helping parents to reclaim family time by playing board games together. So today I want to talk to you a bit about two-player games, games that are specifically designed for two players, rather than games that say 2 to 4 or 2 to 5. Sometimes what you find with games that are designed for a wider range of, wider number of players is that the two-player version isn't as great. So today we'll just look at those games that are designed specifically for two players, because often you can be in situations where you just want a really good game for two people. I often play games with one or other of my children. Okay, so we're going to start with Seven Wonders Duel. Seven Wonders Duel comes in a box this size. This isn't the box. I'd used the box for something else, now I can't find it. So I put it in this box, because I had them all in a bag that wasn't very good. So, Seven Wonders Duel. You may have heard of Seven Wonders, the normal version of Seven Wonders, which is for 2 to 7 players. It's a great game for 3 upwards, really. But it's not great for 2. It has a strange sort of different kind of variant for 2 players, with slightly different pick-up rules, and it's unsatisfactory, and I don't like it. But Seven Wonders Duel, this is what you need to play with 2 players. This is one of the best games. It's absolutely brilliant. It's really slick. It comes with all sorts of different cards that each round you lay out in different formations. So there's 3 different ages, 3 different rounds. So you'll lay out the cards for round 1 in this sort of way, round 2, round 3. The round 1 cards are brown. Some of them get laid out face up, some get laid out face down. And they have on them different sorts of things that are useful in different ways. They have resources, so you can get, let's throw everything around. So you could get, for example, clay and stone, and these help you build things. So if you have these in your tableau in front of you, you're going to be able to build things which have a cost of clay and stone. And as you go through the different ages, the cards cost more. So then there are some yellow cards which give you certain trade advantages or commercial advantages. This gives you 4 coins straight away, and some of these cards you need to spend a coin to get them. Okay, so you're going to build up this tableau, and as you progress through the game, you're going to get more and more powerful cards. You might get cards that have a blue top, and they give you victory points directly. So this is the baths, the sort of Roman baths. That will give you 3 victory points. You might get military cards. They have a red top and this symbol on them. They become more powerful as you go through the ages. I'll have 2 or 3 of these symbol on the top. And you may get science cards with a green strip on top and a specific symbol. This one has a quill and ink pot. There are 3 different ways to win Seven Wonders Duel. And I've played games where each of these has been the winning, has happened. So they're equally likely, and it allows you to play with different strategies in mind. So there's this very small board to the side, and this military token goes in the middle. And if I'm the one player here and there's another player there, this goes in the middle like this. And every time you get a military, you place one of these military cards down, you move the number of places according to the tokens towards your opponent. And so you have to, if one person is picking up military cards, the other one has to, otherwise it's going to get closer and closer and closer to the opponent. If you manage to get it all the way over to your opponent's side, you win the game. It's a military victory. That's one way of winning. The second way of winning is by managing to get these special progress tokens. Now you get these are placed on the board. You get these if you have two science 2 science symbols that match. So this one's got a sort of pestle and mortar on it. If you get 2 cards with a pestle and mortar on, you get one of the progress tokens. I think if you have 6 progress tokens, you win the game. Might just need to check that. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So progress tokens, they give you advantages as well. So you pick up progress tokens, they give you all sorts of lovely things. And the third way you can win is by having the most victory points. That they call that a civilian victory, I think. And you'll kind of count up the points you've got in various ways at the end of the game. So you'll count up the points you've got on your blue cards, any points you've got from green things, points you got from military, from tokens, points you get by progressing on the military track, points you get by having money at the end, all sorts of different ways of getting points, and the person with the greatest points can be the winner. So that is, where's it gone? 7 Wonders Duel. Now, another really nice game is Jaipur. In Jaipur, you are trading camels for different kinds of, so these are the camels, for different kinds of resources. So this is leather, this is spice, silver, another silver, gold, jewels, and there's some cloth or silk or something as well. So there's 6 different types of things. There's the cloth or silk. There's 6 different types of things you can get. What you're trying to do is you're trying to collect sets of the same type of thing, same type of commodity that you can trade. So when you collect enough cards, you're going to place them on the table and swap them for these little discs, which give you victory points. So the earlier you do it in the game, the higher the victory points are. Some, like leather, they're not going to give you very many points. The first one's worth quite a lot, but then they go down to 1 victory point. Gold is, silver is consistently high. Gold is very good, and so are the sort of the jewels. But the others go down pretty quickly. And so you're trying to get the most points by trading in the best way. And sometimes you need to pick up loads of camels because you've run out of camels to trade with. Jaipur. Now you may have heard of Catan. It's a really good game for, it used to be called Settlers of Catan, and now it's called just Catan. It's a great game for 2 to 4 players. I think it just goes up to 4, and you can play it with 2 players, and it's a lovely game. If you want a slightly shorter game, because Catan can go on a bit, you could pick up a copy of the Rivals for Catan, which is a card game for 2 players, and it does the same sort of things. You're developing settlements. There's no map. Catan has a big map that you're creating settlements and roads on. In this game, you still create settlements and roads. Your settlements have to be connected by roads, and you build up a tableau of cards in front of you. And the more settlements you have, the more extra cards you can put above and below your settlements and roads. So you have to build new roads, you have to build more settlements. Each of those things costs you resources to do, so you are trying to gain different kinds of resources. And depending on which dice you throw, you're gonna get resources from the cards that you place. So there are some special ones which help you do things. For example, you can put these things above and below. There's a parish hall, the grain mill, which makes your grain, doubles your grain production. So you're going to buy these things and put them around, which ends up helping you produce more resources. This is called the Rivals for Catan. Now, Hive is a good 2-player game. it's got these wonderful chunky tiles. You either play black or you play white, fairly obviously, and each tile has an insect on it, or arachnid to be precise. So you have the same as your partner. It's very strategic, this one, and I really wish I was better at this game, but I'm terrible. The aim of the game is to surround your opponent's queen bee, that's the queen bee, before they surround yours. Once tiles are surrounded on several sides, I can't remember if it's 3 or 4 sides, they're considered to be locked in. They have to slide, I think it must be 4 sides. They have to be able to slide out. Each of the different insects moves in a different way. So I think it's this, let's have a look. So for example, yeah, the soldier ant, which is the blue one, it can move around the edge of the hive to a space that it's allowed to be in. So there are rules about where you can put them, there are rules about when they can move, and each different thing moves in a different way. But what you're trying to do is make sure that you don't let your opponent surround your queen bee until you have managed to surround theirs. That's hive. Now, I've managed to throw this all over the floor. Keyforge is a good 2-player game. In fact, it's really good. It suits people who like a sort of fighting game. It's with cards, but it's very unique because each deck that is made for this game is different from any other deck. So if you buy this box, for example, which comes with 2 starter decks, which I think are the same for each pack, then it also comes with 2 unique decks as well. You'll get 4 decks within this. So there are a couple of decks which are easy to learn from, and then there are your own 2 unique decks. And you can buy new decks whenever you want, full decks. You can't mix and match the cards between decks. So this is a similar type of game to Magic the Gathering, which you should look up if you enjoy card games that are about sort of summoning monsters, summoning creatures, and casting spells to battle your opponent. This is similar, but it has this very nice twist of the deck being unique, and it prevents people from trying to spend a lot of money to collect specific cards to make their deck better. So, Keyforge, 2-player fighting game with cards. Right, that's it for now. Oh, no, I was going to tell you about Lost Cities, which is a great 2-player game, card game. I haven't got it because my son's taken it to his friend's house this afternoon. Very inconvenient. You create different expeditions, you go on different expeditions. Each expedition has a set of cards with it, 2 to 10, and then 3 wager cards. And you have a hand limit of 8, and you are trying to decide which cards to play on the expedition. You start with low numbers and you build up. Each time you commit to putting cards in expeditions, it means you're definitely doing that expedition, and you're going to have to pay 20 points. So you start off with minus 20 if you put a card on an expedition, and the aim is to build up your cards on that one expedition so that you make a lot more than 20 points to cover the cost of going on the expedition in the first place. Each card is worth the face value on it, so if you manage to put down a 2, a 3, a 4, then you've got 9 points. If you manage to put down a 10 on top of that, you've got 19 points, which would be just under the 20 points you'd need to break even. But if you manage to get a 2, 3, 4, 5 and then the 10, you're on 24 points, which actually takes you to 4 points. So, and you can go up from there. If you place a wager card down, which has to be done before you place any numbers down, you're going to double your points, whether they're double negative or double positive. It's a lovely game. It's brilliant. The trick is to decide which cards you're going to hold on to and which cards you're going to discard and say, oh, I don't mind if my opponent gets that. You can see what they're doing, but you don't want to reveal too early which expeditions you're trying to go for. So there's a lot of sort of, okay, when am I going to do it? And I've played lots of times and I've managed to pretty much, or pretty much every time, forget that the game's going to run out as soon as the deck ends. So I've got cards I really want to play that I can't play, I haven't got enough turns to do it. It's a great game. Good timing, and all those decisions about what do I play, what do I keep. That's Lost Cities.